Okay, welcome back to Ron's Garage. A little bit different view today. I've been doing little stuff. I've got one brake line on, the one that goes to the passenger side, and I'll show you what I took off of there in a minute. Well, yeah, you'd believe it, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm going to run the other one for the driver's side. This is the rear, of course. I'm using this nickel copper brake line. This is the best thing since sliced bread. What I'm doing here is I'm just screwing this one end into this T-fitting, and then I will shape it a little bit where it's got to go, and if I can get it to start, that is. I'll shape it a little bit to where it's got to go, cut the end off to length, and then we'll be all set. Of course, because I'm filming this is not going to start. I know it's the right size fitting. Did it go? Did it go? Yay, it went. Okay, now, one of the clips, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a clip, I think it's right around in there. It's broken off. And then there's another one right here that this has got to go into. And then up to the wheel cylinder. So now that I got that, let me, you're kidding me. Of course I left my pen. I didn't bring my pen with me. What can I mark that tubing with? I know I'm moving you around quite a bit. I apologize for that. So let me, if you hadn't guessed, I'm under the car. I don't think that's gonna go. Let me just try to scratch it here a little bit. I think I can feel it scratch. So now let me take this end back out. The other one I did the cut and flaring underneath. I don't want to do that again. So, all right, let me get out of here and I'll be okay. I'm back. Now I just gotta, I cut it. I went ahead and cut it with off camera. And now I'm just going to put the flare on this. First thing I do is I put this in here, fairly level with on the flat side of the flare tool. And I've got to get it to stay in there, of course. But anyway, I just kind of want it to be flush. Or close to, very, very close to flush anyway, because I'll show you, which I'm sure you've seen or done before on your own. There we go. Just take a real fine file, just kind of flatten that a little bit. You want it to be level, square with the tube itself. There we go. And after the filing's done, deburr on the inside. And then, using the same file, deburr the outside, make it nice and smooth. Just like that. Now we're going to put the flare on it. And I forgot one of the little pieces. Hold on just a minute. One of the Father's Day gifts my kids got me. I'm going to show you all those. 2 of them are still in shipping, so can't quite show everything yet. I want to show everything at the same time. But one of the things my kids got me was a double flare tool. I have 2 flare tools. I had 2 flare tools, and one of them used to have the double flare pieces. But no longer does, and I don't know where they went. They vanished over time. You know how tools do. So, but anyway, very important piece. Put that in there so that the tube is flush with the top of that as it lays in there. You can't see that, as it lays in there like that. Tighten it down good and tight. Most of you guys, I'm sure, have done this before. And then the little skinny end of it goes down in the hole. The flare tool goes on. Into the center of that, and then you just turn it down until it won't turn anymore. And that's part 1. Alright, there's that. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's thunder in here. Right, so then we take the little piece out. Carefully. You don't want to break that. Then put the tool back on it. And do part 2. I've never used any lubricant. I know some people do, doing flares, especially on copper or soft metal. You really don't need it. You can do it if you want. I don't think it matters one way or the other. And we now have a double flare. And yes, I did remember to put the nut on. I have before not remembered to put the nut on, as I'm sure some of you other guys have too. And it's quite embarrassing. To say the least. Yeah, that looks real good. So now we'll feed this back through, because I cut it just a fuzz long to be sure. Well, let me turn this thing around again. I don't know how to turn it around. Let me just stop. So feed this back through the the wheel cylinder hole. I made it a little long on purpose. I'd rather have it a little long than too short. And now I'm going to get back on my slider. Some of you guys would call it a creeper, and normally you would be right. But mine is a Harbor Freight Special, and you see the cracks, and the cracks, they're all over the place, and it doesn't roll when I put my fat butt on it anyway. So let me get back under there now and connect that up and tighten it up, and then we'll be done with that part. All right, in the 3 minutes or so that I was under the car putting that brake light on that T-fitting, started doing this. Isn't that special? I might have to shut my garage door. I promised you I would show you this. This is the brake line. Let's see if you get it. Yeah, that's better. This is the brake line, one of them that I took off of there. I had to cut both ends to get them off. Those flare fittings were so badly rusted onto that you'd have thought they were welded on. But, you know, it is what it is. It's an old car, and you got to expect things like that. Even though the rear end is not stock to it, that's pretty old too. Even if it's a 70s or 80s rear end, that's pretty old. And up here in Connecticut, they put that stuff on the roads, and even if when they didn't, they had salt on them. So anyway, brake lines are on. Next is the wheel cylinders. I made that way too long. I don't know if you can see that from where you are, but I'm gonna have to redo this flare fitting. Yeah, that's way too long. That's about 6 inches too long. So I'll pull that out and I'll do it right above the backing plate. I just now looked at that. I didn't even see it. Well, that's what I get for not having my pen with me, a felt tip to mark that. I just scratched it a little bit and thought I found the scratch. Guess I was wrong. Found a different scratch, so I'll redo that. But I gotta go because I'm only allowed to do 15 minutes or so, and I think I'm bumping up onto that. So y'all have a good day. I'll do the wheel cylinders and proceed on with the brakes on another video. Thanks. Bye.